What's going on, everybody? Okay, I want to get this out of the way. I am a firm believer in using the proper tools for the job. Now, the Spinergy tools that I've got did not work for this job. The spokes were so stuck on this rim that the aluminum Spinergy wrench that I had actually stripped out. I did not get that on video. And the Spinergy T socket that I had for the nuts, they were so stuck that I didn't have enough leverage. I was actually hurting my hand, so I resorted to my 1/4-inch wrench here with a 5/16 socket that worked out perfect. So now that I've got that out of the way, that I do believe in using the proper tools, and the fact that the proper tools did not work with this job, let's get started on these wheels. Let's go. Today, we've got something a little different. Did y'all know that bike shops work on wheelchair wheels? What we've got here is we've got a Spinergy wheel. Well, it's a wheelchair wheel, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be rebuilding this and putting a new rim in this wheel because the rim is cracking. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and unlace this wheel. The customer wants us to reuse the spokes in this, and I'm not really thrilled about that, but it'll be fine. So we're going to go ahead and remove the tire, and we're going to go ahead and lubricate the nipples on these spokes, because since we're reusing them, they use a aircraft grade aluminum on these nipples, and the problem is that loves to well, get stuck. And these are some tight tires. Let's see if we can get these off without breaking my tool. And come on. Super tight tires. Okay. That's one side. Okay, so I've already lubricated this on the outside. We need to lubricate on the inside. So I need to pull the rim strip off here. I'm going to get a bicycle axle, a 3/8, and I'm going to go ahead and put it through the sealed bearings here, and that will make this easier to manage. So we've got the wheel. We can now put it in the truing stand here. All right. We can see the wheel's a little bit out of true, and you can't really see, but there's some small hairline cracks here and there on this rim. So now we need to lubricate the inside of the nipple here where the threads are, and let it sit and soak, which I've already for the most part done. Let me get my Troflo. So the first thing you do is you put a little drop of oil on the thread there and where the insert meets the rim. The next step is to put a drop of oil on the inside of the nipple where the threads are, and that'll help ensure that the nipple breaks free. So now what I'm going to do is I have a socket, a 5/16 socket, and then I've got 2 1/4-inch thin wrenches, and I'm doubling them up to try to make sure that the nipples don't get stripped. So we're going to put the tool on there, and then we're going to try to break free, and they are frozen. So I turned it a little bit one way. Now I'm going to turn it the other way just a little bit, and then you got to go back and forth lightly, and by doing that you'll find that it starts to break free just like this. Okay, so I went a little bit, and now I'm going to the next one, and I'm not going to force the other one anymore. I'm just going to let that oil get around. So that one was fine. Tight, tight, tight. Okay, but that did move. Alright, we're going to keep doing this, loosening it up a little bit by a little bit until we get it all the way off. Not good, not good. These are, half of them are seizing up. But you just try to break it free just a little bit, and you go back and forth over and over again. And before going for it. We got the rim off, and yeah, these spokes, you can just tie them in a knot if you wanted to. It's kind of cool. Alright, so what we've got here, I'm going to show you some close-ups, is part of the problem I was struggling so much is because there is corrosion on the threads. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to wipe the spokes, and then I'm going to put some anti-seize onto the threads. I'm not too worried about these spokes backing off. I'm just worried about these spokes being able to turn in the future. So let me find some of the anti-seize, and we'll get to building. That wheel is looking great. Now, I know it's a little off from this, but that's the way it was because I'm not using the proper axle. I just put a axle in there and it's thicker on one side than the other. All right, spoke tension is feeling great. The wheel is straight as an arrow. Now let's take the we have to reuse the screws in this rim here to put the little hand hoops on there. So let's go ahead and take those off and put it on. So now that I've got this wheel built, I'm cleaning the rim before I put the hand control on there. So this silver anti-seize goes everywhere, so I don't want it getting on him. So I'm just cleaning. Okay. So now I need to get a T25 Torx wrench and a 10 millimeter open end wrench and get these screws out of this rim so I can use them on the new wheel. So what we're going to do is I don't know if you can see, but there's this nut right here. There's this nut and the Torx, and all we're going to do is we're going to break them free and reuse the bolts since the kit didn't come with them. Super tight. It's much easier to do it on the floor instead of trying to do it in front of the camera. Okay.
Do you have to take them completely apart?
When you remove the nut and bolt, the hoop may separate from the rim. You don't have to take them apart because we've got a new rim and new hoop, so these might be thrown away for all I know. And this has been on for so long that it's staying on, but we're going to be putting the new handrail on there next. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put a little bit of anti-seize on the bolts. Makes it easier to remove in the future. Okay, and then one fell. Oh,
Can you show us how much MCs you put on there?
doesn't take much, just a little bit. Alright, make sure when you're putting the handrail on, we can go ahead and remove this axle now, since it doesn't belong on there. We were just using it to build the wheel. Now, when you go to install the handrail, make sure that you're putting it on the proper side, because you can put it on the wrong side, which would not be good. So, as far as this wheel set goes, the handrail should be on the side that's the deepest, which would be this right here, because that's where the little button is on this. So handrail goes on this side. What we've got is we've got the new rail here. We're just going to pull the protective coating off. We don't need these red bumpers. They're just there to keep it from bursting through the package. We can go ahead and take these off. We are going to double check to make sure we're putting it on the proper side. This customer wants it as far in as possible, so we're going in to the hole that's the closest. Thread that on. I normally drop a screw or two into the rim and I have to shake it around until it comes out. We'll see how my luck is today. Okay, last bolt, nut. I probably should have left the axle in, because I could have put it on the stand there, but I did not, so I'm just going to do it this way.
Do you want me to hold?
Thank you. So we're gonna just tighten it up, and that was a little tighter than I like. I like to make it where this doesn't tighten it too much. I like to do the final tightening by hand. And I'm not stripping anything out. You can just adjust these drills where once they get to a certain tightness, they'll stop turning. And that's what I've done here. All right. So now, let's do this by hand. Well, that's good. 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 A little bit loose. Okay, that is that. We've got a built wheel that's straight, round. We put the rail on the proper side. Now all we need to do is put the tire on and tube, and then we can give the customer a call. He called earlier, and I'm sure he was probably thinking that we weren't going to have it done today. So we've got the two wheels done, so we're going to give the customer a call and let them know that they're both done. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to tell your friends. Check out some of the other videos on the corner of the screen. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.